The 13th session of the JK Science Congress was held in the university. The theme of the Science Congress this year was Emerging Technologies and Human Society, Application and Constraints. At the inaugural function, Dean Research and convener of the Congress, Professor Zafar Ahmed Rishi, underlined the theme of the 13th Science Congress.
We have had some amount of discussion about the theme, and then ultimately we said that we live in very perplexing times. On one hand, we have, say, hunger, we have disease, such type of disease for which we have not found cure. The cure is also not visible, isn't it? It has been eluding us for quite some time for diseases like cancer, hepatitis, and so forth. But at the same time, we find that we are in the midst of unparalleled technological, say, revolution taking place amidst us. And then we living in a place where technology could be usefully and efficiently used. We thought that why shouldn't we be focusing attention on the emerging technologies that are going to shape our lives in the times to come. And then we not only introduce those technologies to the people, to young boys and girls, to make them aware as to what is happening around in this world, but also to look at that what are the applications and what could be the possible constraints of these technologies in Jammu and Kashmir.
Vice-Chancellor Professor Khurshid Iqbal Indrabi enumerated certain reforms that the university has undertaken.
One is that as a matter of policy within the university, in 70 open selections, I think Professor Tandon will bear me out, is that we have made an internal policy of recruiting no less than a PhD. In about 70 open selections, I think about 65 have been PhD or more than PhD, and only 5 only because we were compelled not to have a PhD candidate under those circumstances where children with lesser degrees than PhD recruited. Incidentally, about 150 or more teachers were promoted from one grade to another or from a stable professor to professor during these last 2.5 years, to be precise, because we did not get to work in 2016 for 5-6 months and about 4-5 months post-floods. We have also brought about a dramatic and a glaring change in the university setup by establishing policies that never existed in the university before. We have at least had 13 policies approved by the council that basically has set up a trend for this university to become an institution to reckon with.
Professor R.P. Tandon from Delhi University in his keynote address opined that despite huge growth in science and technology, scientists are saying that exponential growth is still lacking.
Human civilization has passed through various stages. Our ancestors started with Stone Age, Copper Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age. And would you share with me which age we are living in at the moment? Believe me, it is Silicon era. It's a Silicon Age. If you remove silicon from present day, we go back to the Stone Age. And it's very astonishing, you know, in the first discovery of electron. Electron is the basis of all science. Electron was discovered only 110 years ago. That means all the sensible science has been done only 110 years. Starting from very primitive science, we have come to this developed stage only in 110 years. But ladies and gentlemen, if you believe me, and if you believe Bill Gates, there is a very eminent American technology forecaster and inventor who says, no, we cannot afford to have this kind of pace of science. We have to see the accelerated growth of science. We want that industry should go in an exponential manner, which clearly translates to tell you that the discoveries which we have made in 200 years will be made in only 20 years.
Governor and Chancellor Narendranath Vohra, while appreciating Professor Tandon's address, added that the University of Kashmir has great potential and has used only 10% of it.
Congress is an important event in the life of any university. It becomes the starting point of many new initiatives which could change the face of not only the university's own functioning, but of the problems faced by the people of the state in which the university is located. As you've just been told by Professor Rishi and then by Professor Tandon, the theme of this Science Congress relates to emerging technologies and their applications. It's a very vast spectrum. It's an unending spectrum. I do not claim to have the background and the knowledge to talk about it, as the scientists will. But one of the themes in the advancing technologies and the emerging technologies is artificial intelligence. That is going to revolutionize the future of human life by all accounts.
Organizer of the Congress and Head Department of Electronics, Dr. Tariq Bande, proposed the vote of thanks.